Are you sure, Asia? Rias looked at the girl with concern. Yes, I'm sure. Please. Asia nodded confidently. The boy standing next to her nodded in confirmation. President, Asia says she wants this. Please, I want to protect Asia so something like this never happens again. I want her to always be nearby. Well, if you've decided. Rias sighed, rising from her chair. A bishop chess piece appeared in her hand. When placed near the girl in the nun's habit, it glowed brightly, and a second later sank into her chest. Asia, from today you are a devil. Nothing ties you to the church or the fallen angels anymore. From now on, you are my servant. Do you understand this? She looked intently into Asia's eyes, but they were full of resolve, and her face held a happy smile. Yes, President, of course. She nodded, lovingly clutching the silver bracelet to her chest. It was only here, in this place, that I found people dear to me, and if I have to become a devil to stay with them, I will do it. Her voice may have been timid, but it was firm. Rias's gaze caught the bracelet on her wrist, and a strange, yet somehow familiar feeling flashed in her chest. And this? This is a gift from my dear friend. It means a lot to me. She stroked it lovingly. If it weren't for it, President, that's, well, my sister's gift. She and Asia became, he hesitated, but a sharp, almost too sharp glance from Asia pierced him, and he hurriedly added, friends, the best friends. Is that so? Rias chuckled. Poor thing. It must have been really hard for her. She's a good girl. We made the right decision. Asia, congratulations. You are now a devil and my servant. She looked at the youth next to her. Issei, take care of our new comrade. I'm leaving her to you. Afterward, I'll prepare the documents for her transfer to our school, but for now, show her everything here. Of course, President, anything you say. He beamed immediately. Let's go, Asia. I'll introduce you to everyone. He grabbed her hand and they ran out of the room. Rias, are you sure? A friend's voice sounded from behind. Of course, Aquino. Asia will be very useful to our group. Her healing abilities are astounding. No, I meant something else. Ah, I see. Aquino, it's true. You two are alike. Her situation reminds me of yours in the past. Everyone turned their back on her, and she has nowhere else to go. But do you regret your own choice back then? She smiled. A similar smile answered her. No, Rias, I don't regret it, and I never will. Well, I'll go and get better acquainted with our newly acquired little toys. Comrades. Foo. Aquino flew out of the room after the newly converted pair. Rias, though pleased, was bothered by something. She had doubts about Asia at first, as she was connected to the church where the fallen angels settled. They were the prime suspects for a possible link to that group of unknowns, Tanya's forces, so Rias was in no hurry to engage, hoping to lure them out. It worked once, but it was then that the question of their involvement began to surface. When Issei came running to her, begging her to save Asia, she decided. It was a great opportunity to test her hypothesis. However, as she suspected, it turned out to just be a group of fallen angels pursuing their own personal goals. But, thanks to this incident, she managed to get her hands on the boosted gear, one of the Longinus. She certainly hadn't expected that twist. Luck is on my side. With this, maybe I can resolve that problem. But thoughts of those people, Tanya's forces, also troubled her. They vanished as if into thin air. Rias was completely confused and didn't understand their goal. If they wanted Issei, they should have certainly shown themselves. A Longinus is a worthy reason for an attack by people of that level, and if I were in their place, I would never have given up. However, none of her provocations succeeded. Everything was quiet, too quiet. The moment Rias was lost in thought, a flash of blue light spread across the room, and the Citri family pentagram appeared on the floor. A second later, her friend flew out of it. Rias, do you even realize what you're doing? This is unthinkable. I warned you, but no, you still don't know when to stop. Her friend was highly agitated. She was breathing heavily, and her eyes behind the lenses of her glasses looked ready to burn through Rias. Sona, what are you talking about? What? You still ask what? Rias, remind me, where were you and your servants yesterday? Her gaze was now ready to freeze Rias in place. Ah, you mean that. We were at the church on the outskirts of the city last night. There were a few fallen angels doing who knows what. We took care of them. They won't cause any more problems. Took care of them, you say? Rias, I understand everything, but you have to know where to draw the line. Do you even know what you caused there? Sona grew more heated. Strange. This was so unlike Sona. What was the reason? Rias frowned. Sona, wait. I really don't know what you mean. Aquino set up a strong barrier then, so it shouldn't have attracted any unwanted attention. We dealt with the fallen angels and left, that's all. At her words, her friend frowned and began to observe her closely. No, something really is wrong with her. You don't look like you're lying. Sona composed herself. Of course not. What are you talking about, Sona? I don't understand what made you so angry. Did something happen? Something had happened, Rias. Something big happened. Sona elegantly adjusted her glasses. You say you just left the church and that's it, right? Well, there is no church anymore, nor the half-kilometer surrounding area. All that remains is a huge, scorched crater, radiating demonic energy and light.
Tanya-chan, just as you said, I became a devil. Now I'm a bishop, a servant of Rias Grimory. I'm sorry, Asia. Because of my selfish request, you ceased to be human. No, Tanya-chan, I'm very happy. Now I'm with Issei-san. I couldn't ask for more. How are you settling in? Are you all right? Is my brother bothering you? If he tries anything, tell me right away. He needs constant supervision. Everything is great, Tanya-chan. Issei-san, like the others, is very kind to me. I'm so happy I have so many friends. But if anything worries me, it's only... What is it, Asia? Speak up. You're my dear friend. You don't need to hide anything from me. Tanya-chan, is it really okay that I'm a devil now? I mean, you are... Asia, cast aside those foolish notions and racial prejudices. I barely realized it, and my brother himself became a devil. But I still can't abandon him. Understand? I would really like you to keep an eye on him. I can only rely on you. So, I would like to ask you to tell me in as much detail as possible about what's going on there, okay? Tanya-chan, you are so kind. Such a good sister. Such a good friend. I don't deserve a friend like you. Everyone at the church just called me a heretic. But you, even when your brother and I became devils. You are not a heretic. Never call yourself that, or I'll get angry. Understood? You were always the saintly maiden, and that's how it will always be for me. How happy I am. Thank you, Tanya-chan. Thank you for everything. Thank you, my saint.
A conversation between Shalba Belzebub and Diodora Astaroth. Shalba Belzebub, what's the deal? Your snake was completely useless. Diodora Astaroth, calm down. What happened to you? The snake, Ophis, whom I gave you, should have increased your combat power as a high-class devil many times over. Oh, really? Then why did I have to run? Me. Flee from those damn church people. How I hate them all. Bitches. Who did you meet there? What happened to you? What happened, you ask? I just wanted to take back my property in the form of one nun for whom I had special plans when a whole group of professional and heavily armed church people appeared out of nowhere. I lost more than half of my pieces because of those bastards, and they are so hard to acquire. I dealt with each saintly maiden individually. Stop with that nun fetish already. True devils shouldn't bother with human trash. But, you say a group of humans was able to shake you up so badly, even with the snake Ophius? Who are they? Such exorcists can be counted on one's fingers. The seraphim take them all. All I know was that one small bitch possessed such a power of light that after her prayer, she was able to completely suppress the touted power of the snake Ophius. Maybe a secret church weapon or something else. Every other one of them crawls out of a laboratory test tube. In any case, I won't let this go. I will hunt that filth down to the ends of the earth. So strong. That's interesting. Perhaps I should sell this information to competitors. I will use your power as an old devil king and my family's as a new devil king. That creature will know real pain when I pass her around using the authority and power of Beelzebub. Hey, are you listening to me, Shalba? Hey, don't hang up. I'm not finished. A secret meeting between Seraphal Leviathan and Tanya. Night. Elite hotel room in the city center. Two girls sat in armchairs observing each other. A playful smile shone on the lips of one, accentuated by long black hair braided into pigtails. The face of the other girl, child, with her light, medium-length ponytail, held a dejected expression. The black-haired girl spoke. You decided to call yourself. A wise decision. The girl raised her head and looked into her eyes. The other girl met her heavy gaze, then turned her head toward the large window. The lights of the night city shimmered there, and the moon shone brightly in the sky. Her brows furrowed, and she said, 2 snipers. One 500 meters away, the second 2 kilometers away. The first is likely a decoy. A group of strong humans can be felt nearby. She shifted her gaze back to the girl. You are always so cautious, Tachan. He. The girl's gloomy face darkened further. Her small hands clenched into fists. Levi-chan, who are you? Her body was like a coiled spring, needing only a push to unleash. Now, there's no need to be so nervous, Tachan. Levi-chan has no intention of harming you. You wanted to talk, didn't you? So let's talk. The girl seemed unfazed by the heavy atmosphere. The girl didn't answer. She had already asked her question. You have gone too far this time, Tachan. The House of Astaroth is enraged. They will send hunters after you, and I assure you they will find you. It's only a matter of time. Their house is very influential. The girl's face contorted, and then she burst out. Damn it! Bang! The girl's tiny fist slammed into the wall, cracking the plaster. She breathed heavily, her eyes blazing. She closed her eyes and after a few seconds composed herself. When she looked at the woman again, she saw the same dazzling smile. That's right. That's the situation. What do you plan to do, Tachan? Who are you? She simply repeated the question. The smile stretched even wider on the woman's lips. Do you really want to know, Tachan? Honestly, I wouldn't want to involve you in this world. I'm neck deep in it. Who are you? Ah, well, all right. She sighed, and then the aura around the woman changed abruptly. The space filled with a chilling sensation. It felt difficult even to breathe. Frost and traces of freezing appeared on the furniture, and the temperature dropped below zero. The surroundings turned into a realm of ice. The girl's face paled. A barrier of golden light flashed around her, preventing the chilling energy from getting closer. The barrier light resisted the pressure, but judging by the fluctuations, it wasn't easy. Sweat beaded on her forehead and her breathing became heavy. She looked at the familiar face and saw a completely new person. All her former benevolence was gone. My full name is Seraphal Leviathan. Before you stands one of the 4 great Satans of the underworld, she announced, sitting in the armchair as if on a throne. And after these words, the girl's face contorted into a smirk. Despite the ridiculous statement, she instantly believed it. And she laughed not at her, but at herself, at another twist of fate. Ha 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 ha! Wonderful! The girl's laughter might have been called cute if not for the notes of madness in it. Surprise showed on the woman's face, but soon she regained her smile and the chilling pressure vanished. The ice covering the room disappeared as if it had never been there. Only a gaze filled with interest drilled into the girl. The light barrier around the girl also evaporated. She recovered from her fit, wiping away tears. The gloomy expression was gone. A slight smile played on her lips. Honestly, that's not the reaction I was expecting. Ah, forgive me. Those are the consequences of my bitter experience. More importantly, why did you put on that show? She looked at her with a smirk. Aha. Well, I thought Tachan wouldn't believe me if I just said Levi-chan is the devil king, Tachan. Hey, that makes sense, but that's not all, is it? Levi-chan, you wanted to test me. Foo. You are perceptive, as always, but Tachan, I am pleasantly surprised. Even if only briefly, I released 10% of my aura. Ordinary devils and humans cannot withstand that level of pressure, but you managed to do so without a problem. What an interesting gear you have. The power of light, and such power. She looked with interest at the pendant on the girl's neck. Levi-chan, tell me, are you an enemy or a friend? She looked intently into her eyes. You shouldn't consider me either, Tachan, but I would like for us to remain friends as before. But her smile quickly faded. But regarding your situation, I'm sorry, I cannot help you for many reasons. I am severely restricted in my actions. Politics, Tachan. It's everywhere, even in the underworld. I cannot openly interfere in this matter, and you will have to manage on your own. I see. Interesting. She nodded to her own thoughts. But I could answer some of your questions. You wanted to know something, didn't you? Is that why you came here? Correct. I'm glad I anticipated this outcome. She focused. You're right. There is indeed something I'm interested in. She looked into the woman's eyes, which became slightly warmer as another shared secret connected them. Levi-chan, have you heard the name Kokabeel?